Hello everyone and welcome back. This is the Health and Beauty channel. And in this video, we will use this quick and easy test to determine your real hair type. Before we begin, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more videos. When having poor hair days is a daily occurrence, your morning routine loses its joy. Fortunately, knowing your hair type and how to work with it is all you need to do to have stunning hair. And I'm here to fill you in as your hair expert for today. In the 1990s, one of the most brilliant hairstylists, Andre Walker, who had worked with Oprah Winfrey and Halle Berry, developed his hair type method. It was initially designed for his hair care brand, but it immediately gained widespread popularity. In essence, Andre Walker defines not one or two, but 9 distinct hair kinds. And now comes the time to determine which one is yours. The best thing to do is to wash your hair, gently comb it, and let it dry on its own. But you probably don't need to do any of that because you know your hair better than anyone else. So, in the Andre Walker hair type system, everything comes down to how curly your hair is naturally. Straight and smooth with no curls, you're type 1. Is it wavy but not crazy? You are definitely type 2. Is your hair really curly with a strong S-shaped curl pattern? Type 3 describes you perfectly. Finally, firmly curled and kinky hair is classified as type 4. But that's not all. Each of these types can be categorized into 3 subtypes: A, B, and C. Now we get to the most interesting part. Let's start with the first type, perfectly straight hair. 1A hair is typically very fine and silky, not at all thick. Its major benefit is that it looks extremely glossy by nature. But its biggest disadvantage is that it gets oily and dirty very easily. On the other hand, 1B is kind of thick and has a lot of volume near the roots, making it look much fuller than 1A hair. And 1C hair is extremely thick and full of volume. However, curling is nearly impossible. This is quite a common kind among Asian women. Next up is wavy hair. 2A hair falls anywhere between wavy and straight. Without shaping, it forms weak S-shaped strands that curve slightly at the ends. It responds well to styling. It is not difficult to make it incredibly straight or super wavy. 2B hair has significantly more noticeable S-shaped curls. It can also be slightly unruly and conform to the shape of your head. Last but not the least, 2C hair mixes curly and wavy hair. It has a lot of volume and typically thicker waves, is quite frizzy, and quickly curls up in humid environments. Now let's learn more about curly hair. 3A hair is glossy and can take whatever shape you want it to. This subtype has a distinct S shape that gives it the appearance of being full and healthy. The 3B type has a smaller curl pattern than the 3A type, with spiral-like to corkscrew-like curls. Additionally, it has a combined texture. While 3C hair is thinner than 3A and 3B, the smaller size of its curls gives the impression that it is thicker. In addition, it is very firm, almost kinky. Now that I've brought up kinky hair, let's discuss this final hair type. 4A hair has an S-shaped pattern if you stretch it, but usually it's just tight coils. It tends to be thin, brittle, and fragile. 4B hair typically has a Z shape with curls that resemble zigzags and bends at extremely acute angles. This kind is fairly brittle, much like 4A. And the 4C type is the hardest to manage and style. It doesn't curl in a specific way, which makes it look great, but makes it very hard to comb. Also, out of all the types, it shrinks the most. If you're enjoying this video, I have more healthy and beauty tips coming up. But before that, give this video a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments section. So, have you determined your hair type yet? Good, because I'm about to teach you precisely what you need to do to keep your hair looking great all the time. Let's start with hair group number 1. First of all, throw away all of your essential hair oils. Your hair is already as soft and shiny as it can be, so you should only worry about giving it more volume, especially if you have type A hair. Straight, soft hair like yours gets dirty and oily pretty quickly, so try to find shampoos that have healing clay as one of the ingredients. It will help keep your hair clean for longer. Exfoliating your scalp at least once a week can also make a big difference. As for hairstyles, any kind of cascade haircut is best for type 1 hair. They'll make your hair look fuller and thicker. Your hair has nothing against blow dryers, so feel free to use one. But if you have 1A hair, you probably already know that it doesn't usually hold curls or volume for long. And this is a great chance to try something new, like a girly braid or a stylish ponytail. Now, if you fall into the second hair group, your hair care regimen should be entirely different. Your main goal is to make your hair look thick without looking crazy or unkempt. To achieve that, look for shampoos and conditioners that have a hydrating effect. If they also contain fruit extracts or herbs, grab them and never let go. This is just what your hair needs. However, if you find your hair becomes dry throughout the day, apply a small amount of grape or mustard oil to the ends of your strands. This will revitalize your waves. Alter your hair drying routine by leaving your hair somewhat damp after blow drying, or using chilly air if you wish to avoid a fluffy appearance. On the other hand, the natural approach also applies to selecting the ideal hairstyle. Avoid drastic changes in your hairstyle, or you'll be spending every morning at home with your straightener. Curly-haired men and women in hair group 3 have the same goal as persons with type 2 hair, to maintain their curls nourished. However, essential oils are the best bet for keeping moisture in your strands and preventing them from becoming too dry. So look for shampoos and conditioners that don't contain sulfates, as these will only make your hair fluffy and wild. Silicone is also an enemy. It locks your hair and prevents moisture from entering. Also, hairdressers advise persons with this hair type to get a silk pillow, which will preserve their hair from friction. Hair styling recommendations for type 3 hair are very similar to type 2 hair. Start to dry your hair naturally more often and use cool air if necessary. Hair straighteners are also bad for your hair, since they make it more fragile. When it comes to the perfect curly hair haircut, remember one basic rule: the shorter the hairdo, the curlier your hair will be. And don't allow your stylist to dampen your hair before cutting it, because curly hair can take on a whole shape as it dries. It's better not to dampen at all. And finally, type 4. It's your turn. You don't have to wash your hair as often as people with hair type 1, because it doesn't get oily as quickly. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't be smart about what you buy for your hair. The shampoo and conditioner you use should be as gentle as possible. If your conditioner is good enough, you might not even need shampoo for a day. All you have to do is to wet your hair, put conditioner on it, rinse it out, and let your hair dry. I promise you, it will look great. Essential oils should also be your best friend, since the ends are the most fragile, so it's best to put them there. On the bright side, Blow drying your hair shouldn't be too hard for you. All you need is cold air and 10 to 15 minutes of your time. Just don't forget to dry your hair with a towel first, or your curls will lose their shape. Since the shorter the curlier rule applies to you, your best haircut alternatives are shoulder length or below shoulder length. Still, you should always do two things with your hair, no matter what type it is. Take care of it and own it. You will always look like $1,000,000 this way. What do you do to have such lovely hair? Comment below and let me know. And if you discovered something new today, please like and share this video with a friend. If you learned something new from our channel, please click the subscribe button and don't forget to click on the bell icon so you'll be notified when our new videos are released. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video.